Good morning, guys. Welcome. Former Squad Live morning edition, Monday, November 15th. Hope everybody's having a good day. Welcome, guys. Hope everybody had a good weekend as well. So, welcome. We're going to get started here. We need to make a video bad. We need to make a video bad, guys. Yesterday, a lot of stuff going on over the weekend. Big weekend of sports. National Football League. National Football League. Here's a Week 15 recap. We got what's good, B-Wall. Welcome. How was your weekend, man? A little bit late. Oh, gosh. A little bit late. I'll be a little bit late. We still got to do our scripted part. Good morning, Elena. I got to let a cat inside. I'll be right back. Still got what? It's been out of the freezing in the cold, man. At least it's nice and sunny today. Got some snow over the weekend. Oh man. Well, all right, guys. We got a lot to do today. We got to get a video out. Our previews video did great on YouTube and Facebook. Wow. TikTok. TikTok. No, we did well. We got to get our scripted part out of the way still. I've got a script going already. Started writing it last night. We got to get working on this video. We got our new number one. We got our new number one long form video. People liked it. Title proof. Yeah, we said that. Well, interesting, Elena. We did 3 titles. I wonder which title they gave you. We ran an A/B test. First time we did that with 3 titles. So I wonder which one they gave you. Patriots or Paper Tiger, probably. That one seemed to do well. All right, guys. We'll get our scripted part out of the way. Yeah, we had 3 titles on that video. That seemed to be the one that the NFL MVP conversation is over. Was one, and Super Bowl 60 preview. Coming at you live, the video we released on Friday, B-Wall, the previews. We released it on TikTok, the previews. We previewed 3 games. Yeah. It did great. There's our number one video of all time. Video. Not in terms of watch hours, but in terms of views. It was short, though. So we're going to do another. The TikTok likes our long videos, too. Guys, guess, Elena, I know you're not on. Exactly. Elena's all on top of it this morning. Everybody, thank you, guys. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Thanks for being here. Well, it's a little late now, B-Wall. It was the previews for, the games yesterday. But most of what we said rang true. You just watched it again, Elena? Let's go. It might have did crack 200 views. I don't know. I didn't even Anyway, we're going to do something. Yeah, it did. Let's go, guys. That's huge. All right, well, we're going to keep doing stuff like that. Keep making shorts, too. We got to get more shorts out this week than we did last week. I only got one. No. Yeah, 200. No, just 200 views. B-Wall, but, that was in, a couple days. It's not baby steps. We keep making steps. We keep taking steps. Who knows where we're going to be one day. You get it. Elena gets it. Keep taking baby steps every day. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm already I already started our next script. So we'll get started on that soon. What do you mean? You definitely get it. What are you talking about? I was saying, good morning, Dan. How are you doing, man? How did the plowing go? We got a lot of snow by me. I imagine you were plowing a lot, Dan. Can you guys already do the Wordle? We need to, well, this is the targeted ad today. Because. All right, cool. We'll get this underway. All right, guys. 6 inches? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was shuffling a bit yesterday. I feel a little sore today. All right, so we got the D. I think squad is actually a pretty good first guess. I know we're like probably not going to get it, but controversial take. Yuki's loving it. That's amazing. Drink. Good guess. Well, okay, we got an interesting, it's not DR. It's got to be DO? No. Depot? I think it's a good, I think it's a good, I almost said low key. How do we feel about people saying low key, guys? In terms of like Gen Z terms to use when people say, although low key was honestly coming into existence before. All right, I'll do Depot. It's probably Depot. It's got to be Depot or something like it. All right, well, now we know it's probably DO. You hate low key? Well, high key, it doesn't make any sense. You know, we can just find a different word for high key. Low key is mid, Dan Flynn says. Shout out Dan Flynn and the Jaguars. We'll get started as soon as we get this Wordle done. We're gonna start working on our guys. You know how like Chris Berman, Dolly. All right, I'm gonna go with it. All right, well, maybe I shouldn't have guessed Dolly. But we do know now it's D-O-Y. D-O blank blank Y. Doggy? Is there any other word? Dow? It's not dowry. Doggy? We'll try doggy. Uh-oh, guys. Dodgy? Dodgy? It's got to be dodgy, right? Dodgy? Like we're dodging strays? Keeping it low-key around here? Phew. We got it, guys. We got it. Now, the connections is supposed to be like a brain warm-up, but you guys usually just get it before I can warm up the brain. Yeah, when Elena suggested Dolly, I was almost like, well, is there a word that is like that but has different letters? But it's all good. Very good, B-Wall. Very good guess. Tournament rounds. Alt names for FS's crib. I was watching a lot of good games yesterday. Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in the league in recent memory. Now they're saying Bo Nix for MVP. Celsius cold 100C. What C might mean? What a guess, dude. Disreputable establishment is what B-Wall called alternate names for former. Bumper is another term for enormous, guys. Didn't know that. Didn't know that. All right, guys. I hope everybody had a great weekend. We're going to get started on the video that we're making today here. I know. Well, that was supposed to be the easy one. You guys did well getting these. That made it possible. Bumper, it must be like English or something. Oh, English or Canadian. To say it was large. All right, guys. So it was a bumper. Guys, this is a bumper. I like that energy, B-Ball. We're going to make a bumper video today. Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in the league in recent memory. There was a lot going on. We said in our previews, the MVP race is over. Give it to Matt Stafford. Guys, I guess the kind of inspiration for this is Chris Berman does the fastest 3 minutes. They get that out on Monday night. It's like a 3-minute recap of all the highlights. Like we'll do this in 2 minutes. I can't. One day we'll get as good as Chris Berman, but like we've been cutting our audio together to get it faster paced, so we'll keep doing that, guys. So we'll start writing a script here. Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in the league in recent. Maybe we just say in football in recent memory. Bumping and banging. That's what we're trying to do here, I guess. No, Elena, this is a recap. This is a lot. We gotta start grinding on this to get this out, because this has got to be. If we release this, we gotta. That's how it goes, B-Wall. I started writing this last night, Elena. It's not finished. I wanted to. I started writing this last night. Basically, it was just like a lot of football. I was just like trying to get football thoughts out there. We're gonna like just it's gonna be like quick hitters, maybe 2 minutes long max. Maybe same song we just used or another. Yeah, well the Raiders are not very good. We kind of suggested that the Bills. We said that the Bills and the Rams were going to win. I was leaning a little bit on the Packers, and the Packers, like, we'll mention that in this video. They had chances. No, Dan, we'll do our own things. But the thing is, he's like narrating the highlights. Like, we might not be doing highlights as much as doing like a recap / preview. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's just kind of like the inspiration. One, we're going to get it out before because they released that. When did they do that? They do that at like halftime, right? The Monday night game. Anyway, we'll get this script written. I might record it. We'll start clipping a video together. Hopefully get it out within a couple to few hours. And go from there, guys. What's good, B-Wall? So Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory. And we can like rearrange this order. We'll move this one down, I think. Is the number one story the cheat, like it maybe in terms of story priority with the NFL? Oh, let's go. I was just checking the Flyers game. I saw they were down. They tied it up, went to OT. I think that's a couple straight overtime losses for them, though. Yeah, they're on a bit of a slide here. You know, it's Flyers on a bit of a slide. They got to turn it around. Even though have they all been overtime losses? Anyway, we'll get back to the hockey stuff. Well, we're wishing him as well, dude. You know what we're gonna do in that? Patrick Mahomes had a quote. We're gonna find his quote. He said something about how he thanked everybody for all the support he got, and he said he'll be back and better than ever. Which is like, you actually... No, yeah, it was a... No. No, he said... How about that? How about we say that? He said he'll be back and better than... He did. Vows to return stronger than ever. It's just setting up next year's narrative, guys. I mean, setting it up early, guys. Patrick Mahomes, comeback player of the year. T-Law. Well, we're definitely going to call out the T-Law 6 TDs. Shout out Dan Flynn is all up. Kyle Pitts, congratulations to everybody who moved on in their fantasy games yesterday. Condolences to all of those who fell a little short. While your squad really just like started looking really good at the end of the year here, and you ran into an unfortunate matchup. It's a part of the game. There you go. You moved on and won a 2, at least in one. Good. There you go. His team really, really, really did pop off. Chiefs will be all over Travis Etienne in free agency. Missing piece for them. It's an interesting point, Dan Flynn. I don't know. You sure they're not going to run it back with Kareem Hunt? I don't know if that's the type of move that Andy would make. He doesn't. He's not usually the guy to bring in a running back. Other than through the draft, or like a veteran. I don't see Andy Reid spending big dollars on a running back or wide receiver. All right, what's the lead story, guys? What do we believe is the lead story? T-Law? Well, we got to set up T-Law. The Chiefs lost to the Chargers to end their playoff hopes. The Chiefs' reign is over. How many years in a row? They made the playoffs 10 years in a row. And they've been in the AFC Championship game every year since 2018. AFC Championship game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it was 7. I wrote 8, but it was 7. 7. He said he'll be back and stronger than ever. Well, we had that first, B-Wall. Oh, I got rid of that. I don't know why I got rid of that. We did have that first. We said it in our previews. The MVP race is over. Give it to Matt Stafford. No, you see, I just hit paste. That was the first line. The Rams won a shootout over the Lions and the battle of former squad quarterbacks. But they also lost people too. You see how all I did was hit paste? I was going to move that down. But, all right, Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory. We said it in our previews. The MVP race is over. Give it to Matt Stafford. The Rams won a shootout over the Lions in the battle of former squad quarterbacks. The Rams lost Devontae Adams. And maybe Puka Nacua, too. He got hurt, too. Like, there were just a ton of injuries this weekend. Is Puka Nacua okay? Is he coming back? Cramping. Yeah, he's fine. But Devontae Adams did get hurt as well. So that's one of the themes. I don't know if we can keep going back to that theme. Keep going back to that theme, guys. Good theme. All right, well, help us with the language here, Elena. If you B-Wall, what's that about? Question mark. Thanks for being here, guys. Sorry I was a little late this morning. I told B-Wall it was going to be an early stream today, too. Turns out that didn't really work out. You know, guys, I was trying to get this these previews out, or this recap out. Because our previews did great. We got over 1,000 views on TikTok on the previews. Guess what that... It was not gaslighting. The point is I was already working on this, and I'm like... No, we're just trying to give a really good, solid recap, Elena. Solid recap plus foresight. Recap plus foresight. I'm going to narrate it. We're going to put one of the songs that we used, one of those songs that we were using last week. I don't know if that one song that we used in previews is going to be exclusive for previews. We'll see. So, recap, foresight, dope highlights. That's what we're trying to... so just the implications, Elena. Implications are good. Strong language is good. Colorful language is good. Stuff like that. Backed up with receipts is good. So if you got a facts, like B-Wall said, Kareem is booty. Stuff like that is, I mean, if it's not, we're not gonna. That's not gonna make the cut. You spit it out, B-Wall, as colorful as you want, and if it's there's a good chance it makes it in the script if it's got, but truth too. It's got to have truth to it. That's number one, guys. Number one is the truth, because we like to tell the truth. Unlike other media, we don't. Yeah, exactly. B-Wall, you can be more colorful than that. Oh, wait, no. See, it didn't really prove that to me. That when I was talking about truth, though, the Eagles crushed the Raiders, proving that the Raiders are the worst team in the league. And that, I don't know. I appreciate the suggestion, Elena. I'm definitely not I like the language. It's just, in terms of, we were talking about the truth. The Eagles crushing the Raiders. The Eagles crushing the Raiders is equivalent. We could say something like this too, though. The Eagles crushing the Raiders. The Eagles crushed the Raiders. The Jaguars crushed the Jets in equivalent games where contenders defeated. Dan, what's bigger fool's gold moment? Dan's is a lot more along the lines of colorful language, but reflecting truth. Exactly. That Eagles game may be the biggest fool's gold. The Jags took out the trash. Another color. That's truth. Exactly. So did the Eagles, though. My question is, I'm comparing those two games. Those games are very similar to me. My question is, to Dan Jakowski and Dan Flynn and everybody, which was more fool's gold? The Eagles win or the Jags win? They were very similar. Trevor Lawrence, it was a big fantasy week. We can say this in the script too. A big fantasy week for Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence put up the most fantasy points. I'm sorry, Dan Flynn. T-Law's at the bottom of our script right now, but maybe we're trying to... Maybe we'll end up mentioning more than just that game. We'll mention other games. We're definitely going to mention more than just one game. The Jags are on fire. Trevor Lawrence put up the most fantasy points of a QB by a QB all season as the Jags took out the trash. Well, they also got Denver. So that, like, isn't it Jags Denver this week, Dan Flynn? So they're going to have to. They'll have to win that game too. Most likely. But the Jags are 10-4 and the Denver Broncos are 12-2. So it's like, oh, so you're saying they control their own destiny. So, okay, I got you. I get what you're saying. Number one on their plate, though, is the Denver. They're going to Denver. Now, I do want to say, like, I was kind of leaning towards the Packers. Broncos are less of a paper tiger than the Patriots. I don't know. Maybe Jordan Love and Drake May are both overrated. We've been talking about the comparison between Drake May and Jordan Love for a while now. I made the bet that Jordan Love would play in the championship game before Drake May. Maybe they're just both overrated. And that, like, Josh Allen is actually the best quarterback. Josh Allen and Matt Stafford. The Packers have a big. We'll be working on previews this week too. Packers got the Bears this week. It was kind of good news in my view of the playoffs for the Eagles. We can look at the playoff picture as is right now. Again, this is all here. I'll go to this is the matchup. This is the current playoff picture in the NFL. Like AFC Broncos would have the bye. This would be rough for the Jags. The Jags really need to close hot. They do not want to see Buffalo. They could beat the Chargers. Maybe a divisional win over Houston. They really don't want to see. They really don't want to see Buffalo. But that's how it sets up right now. It'd be Denver with the bye. New England hosting the Texans. And the Texans could definitely win that game over Paper Tiger New England. Jags really do not want this game. It would be a lot of fun in Duval, but the Jags would be like 6.5 point underdogs or something. That's just my anticipatory line, at least. Maybe 6. We'll see. We'll leave it at 6.5. Maybe it goes down to 5.5. But give me the Bills. Sorry, sorry, Dan Flynn. Did the Saints beat the Panthers yesterday, Dan? They did. Good for Kellen Moore. Good for these teams not tanking. You know? Good morning, Juliet. I didn't see any of that game, though, Dan. I saw 0 of it, so I don't know if we throw it in there. All right, so that's the Pittsburgh. Well, I think we've talked about Week 18, go Eagles, go Jags. Coming at you live here, guys. Thanks for being here. Monday. The Week 18, it's like Pittsburgh at the Ravens. I definitely agree with you there. Liam Cohen. Who would we rather have? Liam Cohen or Ben Johnson? The Bears just blew out Cleveland yesterday. It was definitely one of the learning experience games for Shedeur. I didn't see the final numbers, but it was really, really ugly at one point. So the Bears won, the Packers lost. Those teams play again this week. I'm saying Week 18, the Steelers versus the Ravens game is going to be for the division. Probably to see if the Steelers go 9-8. Or no, the Steelers will probably go 9-8, but NFC, we got Rams on top. We are saying the MVP. We said it last week. We'll say it again this week. The MVP race is over. Give it to Matt Stafford. Unheralded yet. And he didn't even play his best game yesterday. That's what Tom Brady was saying. Tom Brady was calling him out a little bit. He wasn't perfect. And like Matt Stafford, and they still scored like 40 points. So the Rams are rolling right now against the Lions, who, I don't know, they played pretty well yesterday, at least offensively. I don't know, defensively struggled. Lions are out of the playoffs right now, as currently stands. Would be another, if the playoffs started today, be another Chicago Green Bay matchup. This is what the Eagles want. I would love this as for the Eagles. Would be San Fran coming to Philly. I mean, be careful what you wish for, I guess, but that's kind of the ideal matchup, in my opinion, of any of these playoff teams. That would, in my opinion, for the Eagles, that's their ideal matchup. And I guess the NFC South, nobody's really going out and claiming that one. Tampa Bay, 7-7. Carolina lost to the Saints yesterday, 7-7. So that's still to be determined. Seattle, I mean, there's a lot to get to in our recap, so that's what we're doing here, guys. Seattle beat 44-year-old Phillip Rivers by kicking 6 field goals. I mean, they're just not. They're winning games, but not really scaring people right now. Although once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen, but. And it was a crazy ending to that game. It almost looked like Phillip Rivers had done it. What's good, B-Wall? All right, I'll get back to our Seattle. So who's legit in terms of our power rankings? In terms of who's legit, it's real. I would say Rams 1, Broncos 2, Bills 3, Chicago 4. New England 5, Jags 6. What's your suggestion for that list? Other than Kareem Hunt? The Eagles are not that high up in the power rankings. No, the Eagles are probably somewhere around 11 or 12, as Dan Chikowski said. The Eagles game may be the biggest fool's gold moment of the season. I mean, that game was over almost as soon as it started. Welcome, JK. How are you doing? Tough game for the Browns yesterday. How was your weekend? Shador. We were just talking about Shador. Dan saying the parody of this year. It is a weird year. It is a weird year. All right, guys, we're working on our recap / foresight script. We're going to narrate this, make a video out of it, because our previews did pretty well. I didn't catch any of it. I was hopeful it was going to be a good game. I was hopeful. I saw Myles Garrett got another sack. He's definitely going to break the sack record here. I guess maybe even this week. They're sticking with Shador, but Kevin Stefanski was positive about Shedeur after the game. He was saying, like, you're gonna have ups and downs as a young player and especially as a young quarterback. A lot of stuff to cover in our recap, guys. Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory. We said in our previews, the MVP race is over. Give it. Why we gotta hate on Shedeur? We're trying to set ourselves up as friendly media to Shedeur. It was definitely not. It was not a step forward yesterday, but I'm still a believer. Jackson Dart still a believer in too. I saw something about how Jackson Dart's been taken out of the game like 10 different times, or either 5 or 10 different times this year to be checked for a concussion. He just plays the game. He just plays the game so head first, I guess. Head first with reckless abandon. The Commanders beat the Giants yesterday, though. I don't know. Giants are also setting up for a Tank City game last night. The Shedeur for Hurts trade, at least in terms of the desire for Philadelphia, definitely took a step back yesterday. Jalen Hurts only had to throw the ball, I think, like 15 times or something all game. That game was over from the start. It was really not even a single moment. Really not even a single moment in that game. The Eagles-Raiders game. Where there was ever a doubt who would win. Kind of same thing with the Jags game. We've called those games equivalent. Are they fool's gold? We said in our previews the MVP race is over. Maybe we don't need to say that we said it in our previews. The MVP, Jim Nantz called it one of the. When I do the narration, guys, I'm going to channel my inner Jim Nantz. That's for sure. Channel the inner Jim Nantz on the narration. Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory. The MVP race is over. Give it to Matthew Stafford. The Rams won a shootout over the Lions in the battle of former squad quarterbacks. But they lost Devontae Adams to injury. They are on top of the NFC. They are on top of the NFC and our power rankings, guys. Are the Rams on top of our power rankings right now? They kind of seemed on top of the power rankings to me. The MVP race is over. Give it to Matthew Stafford. The Rams won a shootout over the Lions in the battle of former squad quarterbacks. The Lions also they got away. The Lions got away from what they were doing well. They stopped giving the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs as soon as the LA went up. They started throwing the ball, and the Lions have a great offense. They've got great weapons. But they got Dan Campbell, good coach, but they got away from giving the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs. That was my thing. I thought they should have. Let's look at Jahmyr Gibbs' numbers yesterday. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought in the second half they didn't give the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs at all. I guess he wasn't doing great. 13 carries for 38 yards, 4 catches for 20 yards. But still, Campbell needs an OC. I saw they were talking about that on the broadcast yesterday, that he took over play calling duties Week 10. I don't know. It wasn't the offense's fault, but it was a good game. That was the one I was mostly tuned in on that game. I was trying to watch both. I guess once the Rams went up like 2 touchdowns or something in the fourth quarter, which they just capitalized. The Rams just and that's why they're on top of our power rankings. They just capitalized. Every opportunity they got, they would capitalize. So I kind of flipped over. I was mainly watching that game and then flipped over to the Broncos-Packers game to see the end there. And that's why I was disappointed with our boy Jordan Love. The Packers had 3 drives with a chance down 8 points. 3 drives in the fourth quarter with a chance to tie the game. And the first one, he threw a pick. He took 2 sacks on the next one, and then the last drive, they just didn't. I mean, it was like they had their chances. The Packers had their chances. Denver's D showed up late in the game. That's what they were saying. The Packers were on fire at the start of the game. They were looking like the Packers were. It was looking like the Packers were going to win, but Broncos pulled it out. 11-game winning streak. Haven't lost at home all season. Doubt they're going to be home underdogs to the Jags. Sorry, Dan Flynn, but I haven't seen what the line is for that game, but I bet it's 4.5. 4.5, maybe. Let me check. That'd be mine. That's my number. Opened at 2.5. Wow, Jags are getting some. Maybe we are. Well, what's good, B-Wall? Maybe we are hating on the Jags a little too. Maybe we do have some lingering AFC South bias going on in the chat here, guys. Maybe it's lingering. Thanks for helping me make this video, guys. Hope everybody had a good weekend. We're off to good start this week. Hope everybody's having a good start. Not snowed in anymore. All right, I guess, yeah, we still got some lingering AFC South bias that we got to get over. I was wrong. I said that the Broncos were going to be 4.5-point favorites over the Jags before checking, but it turns out it's just 3. JK says Rams are sure on top of the rankings, but is anybody scared of them? I would say no. You're right. Are they dominant? I guess not. I mean, they lost to the Panthers a couple weeks ago. I'll be 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Four and a half. Dan Flynn. You think that was unfair? Do you think that was unfair? Well, I still like the Broncos. I'm sorry. I still like the Broncos. I do. I mean, if the Jags, we'll be on top of it though. Maybe we got to get a video. We'll do a Jags hype video this week because if the Jags do beat the Broncos, then the hype really explodes. Then they will actually be #1 story on the evil empire ESPN. They would actually be the #1 story if they beat the Broncos next week. Another Patriots L and they control their own destiny. Lots of people late to the party. Sorry, guys. Better late than never. And do we agree that the MVP race is over? I mean, it was before last week. It was, or before the games this, yesterday. They were saying it was Matt Stafford or Drake May. Drake May, he played pretty well yesterday, but he's got to start getting some fourth quarter game winning drives. That's a good call. Great call, B-Wall. JK as a top 5 draft pick king with skin in the game. Jaguars are, of course, winning. Okay, we got some bold calls up in here. We like to make bold calls on Monday. Thank you. We're all about making the bold calls. I'll be late to the party. I'm late to the party, guys. It's true. So I might be late to the party. Late to the Jags. I mean, it'll be a fun party. It would be a fun party. The AFC running through Duval. Dan Flynn called it months early. The national media is not ready for that story. Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory. Everyone thinks it's over. Wow. 5 votes. Thanks for voting, guys. Okay, so then that's good to know. That's backed up by the poll. The MVP race is over. They don't want it. The national media doesn't want that story. Yeah. All right, let's see. Nobody's giving kickback. Rams are on top of the power rankings. Chiefs lost to the Chargers. Cite the poll results. Hey, that's why the poll's here. Was it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory? I believe so. They are AFC South haters. I haven't even mentioned Micah Parsons' injury. Micah Parsons got injured. I think probably tore knee ligaments as well yesterday, unfortunately. I mean, a lot of injuries yesterday. There were injuries. Some good games. Chiefs are out of the playoffs. New order in the AFC. I mean, it will be nice to see like a new contenders. New contenders, not Mr. Taylor Swift. Just kidding. Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory. Feel like Dan Chakowski feels like a lot of teams are on the brink, positively or negatively. I think, yeah, I do agree. It made it for I bet you, I'm not sure. I bet you though that yesterday was in terms of pure watch hours, I will guess that yesterday was the number 1 watched Sunday in NFL history. Call me crazy. That's my call. I have no evidence to back it up, but I do have a feeling that in terms of most watched Sundays ever, yesterday was probably number 1. The Cowboys lost last night too. I was watching I didn't watch any of the Cowboys Viking game, but the Cowboys are basically out at this point. Is that the lead though, Dan Flynn? Is that the lead? I feel like we have it. I don't know, Dan Chakowski. I'm not sure. I would think they probably did well on that game on the Sunday night game. Pretty much everybody probably had Dallas in that one, I would think. I would think a lot of people had Dallas last night. But otherwise, I'm not I don't know if, like, the Packers Broncos, that was probably pretty close. Patriots Bills, probably pretty close. So I would guess they did well. Are we burying the lead? Let's see what are we burying the lead? Let's go, JK. Are we burying the lead by not referencing T-Law earlier in the script? Right now, Trevor Lawrence is last. I mean, not last. I mean, at the bottom of the script right now. Do we need to move him up? We got one person saying yes. Uh-oh. We got a lot of people saying yes. All right, maybe we lead with that. I don't know. Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory. The MVP race is over. Give it to Matthew Stafford. The Rams won a shootout over the Lions in the battle of the former squad quarterbacks, but they also lost Devontae Adams to injury. They sit atop the NFC and our power rankings. A gong? What? We got a united block, guys. We got it. So what? Do we want to lead with it? We have a united coming at you live. End with all the injuries? Okay, I like that. That's a good call, JK. End with all the injuries. What is with this united block? All right. We'll put it first then. Or we'll put it after Matt Stafford. How about that? We'll put the Chiefs down. Coming at you live here still, guys. Help me come up with this structure. Guys, we're going... So the Jags are on fire. Dan Flynn, we got any... Do we need a gong? Do we need a soundboard screensaver? That will definitely be a unanimous yes, Elena says. Facts. I like JK's instinct to end with all the injuries. I guess we just can't. We got to make sure we don't leave any out. Maybe we'll just list them. Maybe we'll just list them all. There were a lot of injuries yesterday, guys. Patrick Mahomes being number one. Chiefs out of the playoffs. Gardner Minshew came in. We're going to get the Gardner Minshew experience for the end of the year here in KC. I hit the gong to conclude our polls. He'll be back, Juliet. Like he said, he'll be back and stronger than ever, and I believe him. Do we believe him? We could put that poll up there, but I believe him. Minshew Mania. All right, I like you guys telling me to move the Jags up. Are they actually the lead, though? Over the Rams? Yeah, you know what that's like, Juliet. You've experienced it. Little light on the scripted part today, guys. All right, Dan, we'll be bold. We'll lead with the Jags. I don't know. We'll see. That'll perk ears. All right. Well, then we need to. All right, we got to say like in a story that no one is ready, no one in the national media is ready for. How about well, that'll be our second line. We're gonna be bold. We're bold on Mondays. That's the plan. We'll say, do you guys like? We're gonna say. Provocative but backed up with facts. Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory. He did. That's facts. In a story no one in the national media wants to talk about. The Jags are on fire. Trevor Lawrence. I think that I like that line. In a story no one in the national media wants to talk about, the Jags are on fire. Provocative factual. Trevor Lawrence put up the most fantasy points by a QB all season. We'll take out the fact that, but it was the Jets. Because that's still facts. They have a big game next week at Denver, period. Win that. If they win that game. If they win that game. Something like a win and the AFC something about how the AFC might run through Duval County. Dan Flynn, we're leading with it. It's the lead. It's not like we're actually leading with it. Shout out. we're actually leading with the Jags. Which is funny. I mean, it's funny. It's provocative but factual. Factual. Provocative factual. Edgy but facts. Edgy but facts. Jags leading with the Jags. Something that ESPN will never do, but we'll do it. We'll do it because we're bold but factual. In a story no one in the... Oh, that's a great point, Dan. They have a big game next week at Denver. The AFC will run through... Dan Flynn, JK, you guys... JK, that the AFC will run through... Yeah. The Winners Stadium. Possibly Duval. Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory. In a story that no one in the national media wants to talk about, the Jags are on fire. Trevor Lawrence put up the most fantasy points by QB all season. They have a big game. Maybe say Jacksonville has a big game. Jacksonville has a big game next week at Denver. The AFC will likely, as JK suggested, AFC will likely run through the Winners Stadium. Meanwhile, then Liam Cohen's diverse and talented offense. It's true. I mean, Liam Cohen has the Jags rolling. Ben Johnson has the Bears rolling. I think it's only going to continue the trend, guys, of like the coaches are going to get like a year or two. And if they're not hot, you got to go find the next coach. It is a cool thing about the NFL is you seemingly can rebuild super fast. Who is coach of the year? Maybe Liam Cohen. Dan Flynn's been saying the coach of the year conversation is over. Down in Jacksonville, down in Duval, Liam fixed Baker, now has fixed Trevor. Facts. Meanwhile, the MVP race is over. Give it to Matt Stafford. The Rams want to shoot out over the Lions in the battle of former squad quarterbacks. They are on top of the... It could be Ben Johnson, too. It definitely could be Ben Johnson, too. I would say it's either one of those guys. Most likely. It could be, Sean Payton, though, too? If the Broncos... Let's see. If the Jags are the number one seed, it's going to be the Jags. If the Bears are the number one seed, per chance, it could be McVay. It definitely could be McVay. Not going to be Nick Sirianni. The national media, they do love Ben Johnson. In terms of a head coach, you've rarely heard a head coach praised so much before he was even a head coach as Ben Johnson. It's true, the national, but they don't. It's not like Liam Cohen gets a ton of hate from the national media, Dan Flynn, I would say. I would say Liam Cohen's getting his due from the national media. It won't be Stefanski, that's true. I don't know if the Bears or Browns are going to get a mention in this previews. We could try maybe a line here or there, but as is, this is probably already a 2-minute script at least. So, well, let's see how long were our previews last week? I got narrated in under 2 minutes. So that's for reference, guys. We could say, we could. Miles got another sack. Shador going through growing pains. Are they going to fire Stefanski over there in Cleveland? I mean, I haven't really looked at who the draft prospects are coming up. Jags are on... Well, we got to get rid of that. I guess we should talk about Denver. We should probably talk about Denver and the Packers. Does it make sense? We'll see. Well, all right. I guess we'll go to Denver because that makes sense. Bo Nix threw 4 TDs to lead Denver over Green Bay. Denver's defense came alive after a shaky start. They forced Green Bay also lost. They also lost Christian Watson. There were just a lot of injuries yesterday. Christian Watson. What do the Browns do with all the talent that they draft to their team? Where do all the picks go? Jim Nantz called secret football like it's Space Jam. That's funny. JK's like, yeah, that's actually what it is. All right, I like our Trevor Lawrence Jags paragraph. In a story no one in the national media wants to talk about, the Jags are on fire. Trevor Lawrence put up the most fantasy points by a QB all season. Jacksonville has a big game next week at Denver. The AFC will likely run through the Winter Stadium. Period. Bo Nix threw 4 TDs to lead Denver over Green Bay. Denver's D came alive after a shaky start. They forced Jordan Love. And we're still to throw 2 picks in the game and 1 late in the fourth quarter. The Packers had 3 drives with a chance to tie the game and failed on each one. Paper tiger. Or maybe say now they go to the Bears. But only after they consult the Raiders and Chiefs about whiffing on picks. Did they get some good picks last year, though? What was I going to look up? Oh, yeah. All right, guys. I'll be 1 second. I'll be right back. Packers got good news about Christian Watson's injury, apparently. But probably Micah Parsons tore his ACL, which is terrible. Bad news. Thanks for being here today, guys. I hope everybody had a good weekend. We're going to have as good a week as we can here. Thanks for being here. Doing our best. Gonna get this script written, get it recorded, make a video, put it out on platforms. Bo Nix threw 4 TDs to lead Denver over Green Bay. Denver's D came alive after a shaky start. It already is, B-Wall. It already is. It like already like I know. It was already looking like a win because the guy they traded for Like, they got a player. They got a bunch of picks and a player, and the player they traded for is good too. But still, the Cowboys are still. Let's go. Let's go. Number one reclaimed. Juliet didn't claim the crown today, I guess. No, Gen Z has the crown. Bo Nix threw 4 TDs to lead Denver over Green Bay. Denver's D came alive after a shaky start. They forced Jordan Love to throw 2 picks in the game and 1 late in the fourth quarter. The Packers had 3 drives with a chance to tie the game and failed on each one. Now they go to Chicago? I think go to Chicago. No, yeah. Now they go to Chicago in a game for a game with huge for a game with bumper implications. Can we say that, guys? For a game, now they go to Chicago for a game with bumper implications. I've never heard, we heard the term bumper is used for like a lot of, what was it used for? Huge? Lot of? Something like that. Meanwhile, the MVP race is over. Give it to Matt Stafford. The Rams won a shootout over the Lions in the battle of former squad quarterbacks. Still can, Juliet? Let's go. Let's go. Juliet, shout out. I know I got to be posting on TikTok more. You see our TikTok videos over 30K now, Juliet, with like 200 comments. Like, I like to look. It's like we got as many comments as like, B-Wall, what's good, man? Anyway, they're still pumping our video on TikTok. 30K. With like 200 comments. It's our number one most watched video of all time now. On all platforms. If you compare across platforms. You gonna call in? All right, guys, I think the room is open. If anybody wants to call in, send me a text or ask for the link. Y'all heard me? Room's open if you want. I know, Juliet, I'll get better. We're going to do that. Call-in's room's open if anybody wants to call. If anybody's calling in, LMK. Come in hot, though. Preferences with a take. I don't have somebody screening. So if you're going to call in, bring a take. Please. Please don't call in to ask me questions. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'll call. We can have fun. We can do whatever we want. Give you a take. That's not how it works, B-Wall. That's not how it works. Call-in room's open. If you wanna call in, send me a text. I'll send you the link. We'll get going from there. Gymnast, we're working on a script for our video that we're gonna be making today. Gonna work on it a little bit. What's good, Dan? Jim Nantz called it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory. In a story no one in the national media wants to talk about, the Jags are on fire. Trevor Lawrence put up the most fantasy points by a quarterback all season. Jacksonville has a big game next week at Denver. The AFC will likely run through the Winter Stadium. Famous, are you saying from B-Wall? Yeah, like bullies me into opening the call-ins, and then we're not gonna hear a peep. We're not gonna hear a peep, but I think the room is open, guys. Pretty sure nobody's in there yet. If anybody wants to call in, let me know. No, for real JFC, guys. I'll probably be on for another hour or so today, till about noon. And then like I said, probably be on till about noon today. Then I'll probably go to finish making this video. Trying to post this ASAP, beat Chris Berman, beat the national news media to this. Well, one, we're beating him to the Jag story, that's for sure. Done beat him to the Jag story. That's guaranteed. Bo Nix threw 4 TDs to lead Denver over Green Bay. Denver's D came alive after a shaky start. They forced Jordan Love to throw 2 picks in the game and 1 late in the fourth quarter. The Packers had 3 drives with a chance to tie the game and failed on each one. Now they go to Chicago for a game with bumper implications. For a game with bumper implications. Maybe not bumper implications. We'll just say with huge. I'd never heard of bumper. Meanwhile, the MVP race is over. Give it to Matt Stafford. The Rams won a shootout. I'm not going to use bumper, Dan, because I never heard of it. You approve of the use? I've a definition of bumper. It is true. Well, I'll pull this up. We might try it, JK. Dick, this is according to Google. Now we know about Google and truth. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Obviously, bumper cars. Shout out bumper cars. Are bumper cars the best boardwalk activity? That's a good point, Dan. But then you're in the room, B-Wall Preach. Bumper is abundant. JK's got B-Wall will be right there to let you in. Bumper is exceptionally large, fine, or successful. Maybe we do use it, JK. Just not like, with an eye to the knowing that we're not using it properly. I think I think we will use it. All right, B-Wall is in. Oh, B-Wall's in the room, but we got an empty desk chair. We got an empty desk chair because there we go. Let's go. Let's see if we got to get this set up. I'm going to unmute. Well, one, I got to do this. I got to unmute B-Wall. Nope. B-Wall, you're not. I can't hear you. Now I can. Now I probably can.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go. You're
to all the haters out there.
Here, live in the flesh. On the doom scroll.
Jesus.
Let's go. Thanks for calling, man.
We doing booty players.
Booty.
Top top booty players.
Who's got the bumper booty in the NFL? Oh my. I guess that's not how. I guess that's not how it works. Thanks for calling in, man. What was your favorite thing about yesterday? I know. Well, I know you had a rough fantasy matchup, at least in our league. Your team,
Rough fantasy matchup.
your team played well, but
Yeah, I think I got like 130 something points. It's just not enough, you know. Sometimes you just get smacked down by the fantasy gods.
all right. So how do you?
Gotta take it.
Yeah, well, all right. I mean, you've had your success. How are you feeling about this script we're writing so far? Do you feel like we got to be more controversial or more heated? What are your takes?
So I'm never gonna talk you out of being like more controversial. I'm throwing some harder jabs in there.
Oh yeah.
Really go for the jugular. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's how you get people commenting and stuff. I mean, if you just say it how it is and it's factual, then everyone's like, okay, I was there too. You want to say like your team's soft as,
Yeah.
baby-ish.
Well, that's why
They're gonna be pissed.
we are leading with the Jag story. I mean, we're trying to do things a little differently. We're leading with the Jag story, leading with T-Law, who has a large contingent of support here in this
Also
chat.
my other fantasy team.
There you go. Dan's asking in the chat, what's the take?
Dan, what's your take? You calling in, bro?
No. Oh.
Yeah, let's make it 3.
We can do 3. I think it's, let me check. I think it's still just you in the room. I think at this point, yeah, it's just you in the room. Nobody else has asked for the link, so props for wanting the smoke. Honestly, handled
No
it.
cojones.
Handled this pretty well today. You were on live on stream pretty seamlessly. No props to you for getting the audio figured out. No negative feedback or anything going on. So props.
Yeah.
Veteran caller.
Exactly, dude. I got the laptop set up and then I got the phone next to it.
No way.
It's got the chat. Yeah.
All right. Well.
God.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, you've got a better setup than I do, probably. Multiple monitors. Let's go.
works.
No. Let's go.
Although can you bring up the list while I'm on this? Like,
What list? The script we're working on?
yeah, bring up the script.
All right.
Is it possible to have all 3? I mean,
No, I probably can. No, let me check. I can do it. Give me a second, but I got it. Uh-oh. That's fine. It's going to take a hot second, but here, we got the, there we go. And we're just going to make it smaller. I don't know. We'll see how this works. It's covering you right now. It's covering. We don't have a gong yet.
you need us to be on the one side and then this.
Well, it's better here, like that.
Or actually, what you probably should do for this
How's-
is like have this up top and then have us at the bottom, like smaller. If you can do that, I don't know.
Have us up top, both of us.
Or on the bottom, like put the script up top and then just have us small in the bottom. Like I like scrolled away from yours to another one yesterday and it was like that.
All right, well, we're getting there. Well, we were at the bottom.
Yeah, like you put the script up top.
Okay.
Chat's not blocking it, and then you put us at
That's
the bottom,
yeah, that's smart.
like side by side. All right, give me one.
Well, guys, this is we're doing this live here. There you go. Sorry, Dan. I'm sorry. That's on me. We're making Dan dizzy, B-Wall.
Oh no.
Oh no, yeah, this I don't know. We'll see.
Peak content. Let's go.
P content. All right, I need to.
All right, this is kind of working.
No, not really. You're not really. Not really.
It's something.
Not really. I gotta move you up. No, but that's the problem. And then I don't know.
Ish.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be really small. You'll be like big like that. Peak content right here, guys.
You need someone to read like a cameo paragraph.
Yeah, can you even read this at this point?
Yeah.
You can?
Kinda.
Kinda?
Yeah.
You got good eyes, bro? You got good eye better than me?
You got to bring it left.
Bring it left? Yeah, but see, then my face is there. Well, actually, I don't even...
Like, hide that tab. We don't need to see the tab with the notes.
Yeah, it's hidden.
You know what I mean?
It's hidden.
Oh, now it's too far to the left. You're cutting off the...
I think it's good. I think it's good. This is all right, actually.
little bit more to the right. I see M. Nance.
Okay.
FL Week 15 recap.
Okay. There we go. That's a little better.
Make the window. Yeah, there. Oh, no, you had it. There. Perfect.
Okay.
Now I think you just got to make my window smaller, like your size.
Well, the thing is, at least we're not lagging. You know?
No, this is good.
I mean, I can't even see the screen, but I think it's okay. We're like peeking over the side of the screen. You know? I think it works, kind of. We'll get better at that, figuring it and working it in here. All right, B-Wall, we need to write this script. We got to finish it by like 12 o'clock, and then we got to record it. So, Jim Nance called it one of the greatest Sundays in football in recent memory. Is that okay for just like a lead-in intro statement? Or how are we feeling with that? You're okay? Do you agree? Do you think that it was probably the most watched Sunday in football history? Like I said, I gave that theory.
There were a lot of big games. I don't know enough about what happened beyond like 15 years ago. I'm sure there could have been a more action-packed Sunday in history, but
Jim Nance.
Yeah.
But we're appealing to authority. We're appealing to the authority of Jim Nance. Exactly. That's why that we're appealing to Jim Nance here. So Jim Nance called. So you're okay with it? We'll just say check mark. In a story,
it's wishy-washy.
It's wishy-washy.
Yeah. A little wishy-washy.
How was it?
Like, you want to be like, it made my head explode. Like, it destroyed my bankroll. Like, it's just something fun. I don't know, but.
Well, okay. No, that's fine.
No authority.
No, you're right. You're right. We can be more charged. It's okay to be more charged as long as it's factual. You gotta
how to phrase that, like.
Yeah, I mean that's what they were saying in the chat, JK. JK, they were saying like check on Chris Collinsworth, like that's what I was in the chat I was in yesterday. All right, well we'll see. We'll see if that's our first line. Then we lead with the Jags. Then we got Bo Nix throwing 4 TDs. Are we okay? How do you feel about this graph? In a story no one in the national media wants to talk about, the Jags are on fire. Trevor Lawrence put up the most fantasy points by QB all season. Jacksonville has a big game next week at Denver. The AFC will likely run through the Winter Stadium. That's both charged and factual? We feel like?
Yeah. It's compelling.
Yeah, yeah. Well, keep in mind we're gonna be playing we're gonna be having highlights over these, and at the same time, playing some dope
Okay.
music. All right. Well.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Why don't we
Well.
write out the parts that are not written?
All right. Well. Why don't you? Why don't you? Why don't you?
Dictionary stuff.
All right. Well then. What do we got to say? We already covered Knicks. We already covered Green Bay, Denver, Jags, Denver.
It didn't talk about Philip Rivers at all.
Okay, great point. Great point. We'll say
Like they didn't win, but they definitely covered.
Great.
Right? I mean, that's
they did. They did. They were getting disrespected by the sports books. We'll say grandfather Philip Rivers. Is that? Should we call him grandfather Philip Rivers? I like grandfather Philip Rivers. It made you laugh. Grandfather, or did you laugh because it was? So what should it be then? That's grandfather
How
Philip.
old is he? 40 what?
4.
It's a funny way to say 40.
Grandfather.
How old is he?
He's 44.
44.
Grandfather Philip Rivers started for the Colts and
Quadragenarian.
no, see it's not that's not a quadragenarian. That just means he's four, it's like they start using that term as in like octogenarian.
I know,
Philip,
but
I like that one, Dan. Dan suggests in the chat, Philip,
I like
don't call me geezer.
in quotes.
JK says ain't nothing funny about being 40. Philip, don't call me geezer Rivers. Almost led the Colts to an upset win at Seattle. The Seahawks had to kick 6 field goals.
And just say something like he was no match for whatever the kicker's name.
Yeah.
Leg, or something funny like that.
Jason Myers.
Yeah.
Something about that. Okay.
But he was ousted by, the leg of Jason Myers.
Yeah, I hear you. Philip, don't call B Geezer. We are gonna use. I kind of like using bumper implications. Are you okay with that? I know we're going back to the editing, but like instead of saying like huge implications, say bumper implications. You know what I'm saying?
Just so nobody knows what you mean.
No, like Dan said, we're gonna define bumper on the screen as well, like in a little like a little definition as well.
Right, with the pronunciation.
No, they don't need pronunciation, but they need the definition. Because had you ever heard of bumper as something large? JK had heard of it. He said bumper is
Really?
bumper is abundance, not necessarily huge.
Wow.
Which is
Use it in a sentence. So how do you do that?
The
wow, that
bumper-
was a bumper of corn.
bumper crop.
Like,
We had a bumper.
crop.
We had a bumper crop this year.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and we're gonna make bumper a thing. Like now, when things are huge, they're bumper. Even if
Bumpers. That's almost bumper. Like I've said that. I've definitely been like,
Well,
the
definitely.
music is bumping,
Definitely.
we're
Definitely.
bumping. Like,
No, it's gonna be we might take that as our own thing. All right. We gotta write this. Philip Rivers, don't call me geezer. Philip, don't call me geezer Rivers. Almost led the Colts to an upset win at Seattle, but they were no match for Jason Myers' leg.
the leg of Jason
For
Myers.
for the leg. Good call. But they were no match for the leg of Jason Myers, who kicked 6 field goals to keep Seattle alive.
Can you say something savvier like he booted 6 through? Is there
No, we're already.
no?
No, we're already. This one is already out there enough. Philip, don't call me geezer. Rivers almost led the Colts to an upset win at Seattle, but they were no match for the leg of Jason Myers, who kicked 6 field goals to keep Seattle in the hunt for the number 1 seed.
Love it.
Period. All right. What else? We gotta mention. To assert Seattle's dominance, JK says. I like that. All right, so we've talked about the only games we have. Let's see what games we got. Well, I guess I gotta check on my phone. Gotta check on my phone. The only games. I think we've talked about all the major games. We haven't talked about the Eagles game. We could say, we gotta say, Dan.
Joe Burrow putting up the egg.
Yeah,
It's kind of
well,
surprising.
the thing about that game is like they were already basically eliminated, and like we've been calling that Week 18 Ravens Steelers game has got to be for the division. So it's like the Ravens kind of had to win that game yesterday, I guess. Script wise, Jags took out the trash. Where did Dan said the Eagles game might have been the greatest fool's gold moment of the season or something like that. I'm looking for that line.
The Texans might be legitimate.
Oh, the Texans are legit. Texans are def legit. We got to mention them. They've got a great team. No more AFC South bias. That Eagles game may be the biggest fool's gold moment of the season. Maybe just a quick throwaway line. Well, definitely we'll say what Dan said. That Eagles game may be the biggest fool's gold moment of the season.
Okay, Dan's last line is pretty hilarious.
Phillips Rivers was
serious.
Philip
Rivers was beaten by the only thing older than him on the field in old school points first offense.
I like it. I don't really understand it. Do you understand it?
I think he's just
Points
saying,
first?
Yeah, you just take the points. Who cares?
Oh, points first.
Points.
Oh my God. That's great. Oh my God. That's actually that's
Now
fire.
everyone wants to go for the
Yeah, exactly. It's a good point.
Go for it on 4th and 19. Nah, just kick the field goal, bro.
That's a good point. We'll put that beaten by the only thing older than him on the field in old school points first offense. That is hilarious. I'm gonna put that
led by the leg of Jason Myers, who kicked 6 field goals.
All right, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
That's perfect. An old school points first offense led by the leg.
Yeah. There we go.
But
But
it's also kind of a diss at like everyone else on.
yeah, I like it. Well, but they were beaten by points on the board. I like that. But they were beaten by the only thing older than him on the field. I like an old school points first offense. Led by the leg of Jason Myers, who kicked 6 field goals. Seattle remains in the hunt for the number 1 seed. That's good. Philip, don't call me geezer. Rivers almost led the Colts to an upset win at Seattle, but they were beaten by the only thing older than him on the field, an old school points first offense. Let's go. All right, what else? We got to talk about Well, definitely the Eagles have a light schedule. There we got wait, hold on. We got a segment. Oh, shoot.
All right, let's go.
This is our inaugural or second Who Let the Dogs Out segment.
She's waving. You can't see it.
No, I can see her waving. Is she's actually waving?
Yeah.
She seems pretty happy to be where she's at.
She wants to be a celebrity.
She's our cheerleader. Field goal. Jason Myers, good. Her name is Malin Juliet. I think B-Wall just said that, but
She's a Jalen Hurts fan.
does she have any jerseys?
No, she used to have a hat that I drew "I love Hurts" on it, like a little party hat with a rubber band, but now she's got like a more real party hat and no gear for her. It's hard to find gear that fits her, honestly. So
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? We need a soundboard because then I could. That's what I would be mashing right now. Who let the dogs out?
Baja Men.
I'm all about the Baja Men. All about the Baja Men. All right, this is coming along really well. Thanks for shouting out the Texans. We got to mention them. They might have the best defense in football.
Definitely.
The Saints beating the pretend Panthers. We got to. I guess we'll just do this as a full recap. I guess maybe line for every single game. I don't know.
Then we got to do.
But now
a bit more.
I know. Maybe not. I think we're almost good. What do you got? What do you think? You think we're almost down? Definitely the NFC South is down bad, JK. They're the worst division in football right now. What do you think, B-Wall? Do you think we keep... let me get this list back on screen. I took it away while Malin was here. Took it away
I think probably just keep it. I mean, if you want to put in the Saints, you can.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, how are we looking now on the phone? Decent?
More to the right. There, a little bit more.
More?
A little bit more.
Okay. There we go.
To the right.
Yeah. NFC South down bad. All right. Dan just dropped the way the Eagles won makes the Bills game the gut check. Oh, yes. You win and you probably reestablish. Is that who they're playing next week, Dan, or do they play the Commanders next week? Just call out the NFC South for just being booty.
Not a bad idea.
It's probably a good idea. It's a race to the bottom in the NFC South. To find out who will lose in the first round of the playoffs. Although maybe, they'll be hosting whoever wins that division gets to host a game. The Eagles game may be the biggest fools. I agree. Dan saying that makes their next game a gut check game, or the game against the Bills. That's the thing about the Eagles' schedule is it's super light. They play the Commanders twice, including next week.
So the Bucks lost too, and they're
in
the hunt. Apparently,
the Bucks and the Panthers lost. Both teams in the NFC South are 7-7.
Panthers are on the bubble. Dolphins are somehow still on the bubble at 6-7.
Yeah, but they're probably not going to make it. They probably need racement to the basement. That's the entire NFC South right now.
That's a good one.
I think I don't know. I guess you don't like our wishy-washy opening line. It's erasement
It
to.
just it falls a little flat. It's just like soft. It's like
I get you. I get you. I get you. How about all
this
right,
week was crazy, guys. You know,
all
like
right. Maybe it's just like all right. Maybe we'll just say like something like, here's a recap. Yeah, we'll do something different. Last week was crazy, guys. Something like that. No, I'm just. We'll do something. No, I hear you. I hear you, bro. I do. I do, and it's definitely not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not.
anyone in the chat got ideas for a hard hitting opening statement?
No, we'll get there. I like the lines we've come up with tonight. It's a racement to the basement. We'll just say race to the base. How bold can we be? Yeah. How many new phrases can we break out in one recap? In the NFC South, the worst division in football. Just
Quick side note, Dan, since you started saying commodes, I only call the Commanders the commodes, and Morgan's like a Commanders fan, so I just always, I'm like, look how the commodes are doing, you know, and now it's just like the only way they're referred to, and now she refers to them as the commodes because they're terrible, but such a great nickname for that team.
I honestly, God, I'm a little. Do you have any concern about the Eagles losing to the Commodes this week, B-Wall? They.
No,
No?
no.
I do. I do. I do.
Well, I question
Six
your Eagles fandom.
6 point line. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm not picking them to lose. I'm just questioning. I'm just saying they're when
I mean, they've looked terrible, dude. I mean, they've lost to worse teams, right? I mean, how did the Commanders do? They beat the Giants.
the Commanders just beat the Giants. Jackson Dart. They
They
got
got shut out before that.
any given Sunday, as JK says. I know. I'm not saying the Commanders are good. I'm just saying, Dan saying it's all about the Bills game. But what if the Eagles lose against the Commanders next week? Then Dan, and then the thing is, the Cowboys have just set the Eagles up for such a easy division win. I mean, the Cowboys win any of these last two games, either one. And the Eagles are feeling pressure right now, but they're like feeling no pressure. So
They play Commanders, so it's wow.
yeah, they play the Commanders twice because
Already on this one.
because the NFL likes to set up these end of the season schedules, you know. So hopefully, when they set that up, they were hoping like all the preseason hype,
Close.
all the preseason hype had the Commanders as one of like possibly a Super Bowl team this year, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's why like it makes.
Funny, and now it ends, and it's like,
And now it's the opposite. Exactly. So Redskins won't win. The Eagles will have to choke. Did the Eagles ever have Marcus Mariota as a backup quarterback? I'm wondering.
I feel like they did.
I feel like they did. He's gonna be there. I'm not sure, but he'll be former squad in it, possibly. Possibly. I feel like he
Yeah,
was
2023
20.
was the backup.
Interesting, and that was the year. All right. That was the year they
Dude,
collapsed.
The Commanders literally always take
The Eagles.
sloppy seconds.
They
It's
do.
just
They
The
do.
only thing they do.
The Commodes.
The Commodes.
Chiefs' reign is over. We happy to see that. Pat Mahomes. All right, I think we're pretty much there on this script. What do we think? No? Yes?
Andy gets to head south early.
Andy gets to head south early. Cancun. I guess we gotta list the injuries.
Herpes.
Andy's thinking Arby's. Is that what you just said?
You said Cancun, I said Arby's.
Why not both?
Cancun's got to have one, right?
Oh, well, Frank's in the chat saying that the Eagles are going to lose. Hey, we're thinking alike here.
That is with conviction, though. Eagles will lose.
I'm seeing what he's saying because basically, like, the reason we obviously think alike. When I checked and I see the 6-point line in that Eagles game, that's not any major confidence right there. You know, that's signaling at least it's somewhat close. It's going to be within a touchdown. And they just beat the Raiders, who are like the worst, one if not the worst team in football, one of the worst. Marcus Mariota is better than Kenny Pickett. How about that? Poor Kenny Pickett, guys. Poor Kenny Two Gloves. I mean, Panther alum, but not a starting NFL quarterback. Super Bowl champion, though. Super Bowl champion. And he did play against the former squad yesterday. Shout out Juliet's friend Kenny Pickett. Shout out my friend Aaron Donald. I like the bold call. I like the bold call that the Commanders are gonna win. It's a big game, but geez, if that thing is that narrative is not gonna be happening this week. Like the problem with that is that like that would catch people by surprise, especially like that 31-0 win over the Raiders definitely bought the Eagles some breathing room in terms of the media, the relentless media going after him.
What's the point? I mean, those games are almost pointless. It doesn't really matter who wins, you know.
What you're saying
Like,
for the Commanders?
For either, though, right? I mean, like,
You're
if the
right.
Eagles lose. I mean,
You're actually kind of right. It's a good.
doesn't matter. So the NFL has no reason except, I mean, everyone's going to be betting on the Eagles, so maybe Vegas says, okay, Commanders need to win this game.
Juliet, it was much closer with the Eagles versus the Chargers. 75 for Kenny. So 30% shot, that's what a 6-point line translates to. I could see that. Yeah, and I would say it's probably I would just say it's like a 40% shot. I would just say, I mean, it's not likely maybe, but I would just say like it's probably closer to 40 or even 50-50. Yeah, it doesn't really
25 over here.
25. So you're all right. Then you got the Eagles, man. I like it. Sticking to your guns. The Raiders. One of the Patriots' only losses of the season is to the Raiders. I can't believe that, but it's true. You know, the Raiders beat the Patriots like one of the opening weeks of the year. Philip, don't call me geezer. Rivers. That now leads like we should lead with that. But I wonder. All right, so did we mention all the good games, Brian? We got every. Do we have our bases covered? We ready?
No, you got it.
We ready to Publi Carlo or?
You got to read it and record it first.
Oh well, yeah, exactly. So, but
dry runs. Do a dry run.
No dry runs. No dry runs.
No dry.
Not while you're live on the phone, man. Can't do a dry. That's like that'd take me 2 minutes. I don't, Elena. What do you mean, Elena? And then hit it when B-Wall. You should get. Oh, get a gong. She wants you to get a gong.
Oh, I was like, you're telling me to get off the street.
Yeah, I know. No. I know. No. She wants a gong. Get a gong. Get a gong.
No, but I don't. he needs the gong. He has the channel. I don't. Like he hits it when big events happen. Like the poll results are in.
Or
Gong.
get out of the call, B-ball. Like just like every time you talk, just like bang the gong. No, I wouldn't do that.
Every time you need to moderate.
Yeah.
Warning.
Elena, first 10 seconds of Elena on stream, just like have the gong going.
The mod gong.
Nah, just kidding. All right. Well, why gong though? Is that like
because it's funny? Like, I mean, you wear a kimono and hit a gong. That's like, how many white dudes on YouTube do you know that are wearing kimonos and smacking gongs?
Well, not
talking about sports.
That's true.
That's legend.
It's true. Smacking gongs, ripping bongs. No. But
Wait, can we delete that?
no, it's fine. It's fine. It didn't violate any terms or conditions. I like our script, guys. Well, I will definitely get the bong gong. Elena says the bong gong. What other? Meanwhile, you just lost your crown. Or actually, no, Juliet lost your crown. Your crown is long gone.
Whoa, I got nothing.
Yeah, well, you're third.
They know I'm called in.
You're third.
There's no points for calling it.
Is there any make a gong out of a bong? Well, I guess we'd have to do like not a glass one, you know? Yeah, it couldn't be glass. It'd have to be metal of some kind, which we're not going to use, but
probably easier to make one out of a gong. Somehow.
Gong to bong, yeah. All right, we gotta list. We gotta work on these last couple paragraphs here. The Chiefs lost to the Chargers to end their playoff hopes. The Chiefs' reign is over. To make matter, Patrick Mahomes suffered a torn ACL. He said he'll be back and stronger than ever. The mighty have fallen, JK says. Plastic, Frank?
That's hilarious. Plastic Mahomes, is that what we're saying?
No, he's saying make it out of plastic. No, we're not saying plastic. No, God, no. You know I think. Well, I don't know. Something was just. It's just time for a rebirth in KC, I think. I wonder. It was interesting. Like, we were one of the first to say that the Chiefs might miss the playoffs. We said that like a month ago. But we were also saying Andy Reid's going to go out and get the all-time wins record. Is that looks like it's in jeopardy now, I guess. I don't know. Snapped a band, and look at you regain a number one spot right away.
Just couple words here and there.
There you go, folks. All right, Chiefs lost the Chargers and are we burying the lead with that? I don't think so. The Chiefs' reign is over. Patrick Mahomes suffered a torn ACL. I'm not going to call him plastic.
Do it in, like, waves, right? Like something hit hard and then like a less hard hitting one, then like another, like blow your mind one,
Oh. Yeah, maybe.
Rather than just like all the good stuff at the beginning, fading off towards the end.
Talk about fading off. I definitely got to get better at. It's like almost a natural inclination to fall off, to fade off as you're narrating, but you gotta ramp up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta ramp up as you're through the sentence. There's the natural inclination to follow Jim Nantz. Jim Nantz is called one of the greatest Sundays in football. It's like it's got to go the other direction. So we'll keep doing that. We'll keep going the other direction. Zig when others zag. Lead with the Jags when others would bury the lead. Stuff like that. The Chiefs lost to the Chargers. No, we got to say something like you're saying, P-Wall. like some major line about all the injuries, like how all, like, because it wasn't just Mahomes. There were like many injuries that tore the fabric of the league, something like that. Several injuries tore at the fabric of the league's order, something like that.
There's a serum shortage.
Serum shortage? Sort?
Yeah. Boys didn't get their serum this Sunday.
Is that what it was?
I don't know. We gotta unpack it. I don't know. What happened? What was different about this Sunday?
Well, it was different. No, everybody got injured. Like, it was a big injury weekend. I don't know. I mean, the thing about the serum shortage is, like, we're to remember, like, about the truth. Like, I don't know if that's true or not. You know? Like,
well, it can't be true because, I mean, of all people on those teams, those people would be getting the serum if there were a serum shortage, and the rest of the guys.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If there were a serum, which we're not saying there is a serum. We're not. We're just speculating there might be a serum. Possibly. There might be a serum. But everything we've said in here so far is true. I believe. I mean, you know, we're not trying to be a dishonest media up in here. But something like I'll just say like several big injuries tore at the fabric. I don't know. That's lame. Tore at the fabric is super lame. Several big injuries. Serum.
That's nasally teen.
That's nasally teen. No, but it's the mighty have fallen. I mean, I think JK was saying that in reference to you losing your crown, but
oh, I thought he was referencing the Chiefs because I started thinking like, what's a crafty way of like, you know, dissing them, saying like you went, you know, from being in the Super Bowl to the season you had this season. What's a very disrespectful / tactful way of saying that?
All right, well, we're going to use some JK suggestions right now. Maybe just say the mighty have fallen. Several big injuries tore at the fibers of the established league order. The Chiefs lost to the Chargers to end their playoffs hopes. Patrick Mahomes suffered a torn ACL and is out for the season. We don't even need to, like, torn ACL. He's out for the year. Duh. He said he'll be back and stronger than ever, setting up next year's script. How about that?
Can you say they were, like, they had three-peat potential and then now they're here? Like, use that phrasing, three-peat potential.
They had three-peat potential, but now they're here.
Yeah, again, like, kind of like rip on them. Like, they, you know, they had huge expectations. They're already out.
Oh, you want me to rip on them? What we got against the Chiefs, bro? I kind of respect Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. You know,
they're like the modern day Patriots, dude.
No, they are
the guys that are winning too much.
Yeah, you can. Well, no, JK, we're probably going to mention those injuries right after we mention the Chiefs paragraph. Like, then we'll go into like the other league, and you know, I feel like this. It's pretty much. It's. I think it's flowing well. We cool with this setup? B-Wall, you like this setup structure?
Record it.
Record. All right. Well. All right. All right. We will record once live. Setting up next year's script. Uh-oh. Here, this is my...
Okay. Getting some screen time.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, he just wants to be on screen. The Chiefs solidly lost with Mahomes. Yeah, no, I agree with that, JK. It was not like that's the point. Like it was just like it was unfortunately like the icing on top of the L. It was like they lost that. I mean, Mahomes might have been on his way for a game-winning drive, but
No, dude, I was actually thinking that was of all times for him to get injured, that was like about the best time he could get injured, right? I mean, assumably he'll be healthy by next season, right? Already going to be eliminated. So that's about as opportune as it gets to, in terms of timing for injuries like that.
yes, I agree, and that's why we say, "Can you hear me? You can hear me."
I hear you.
I think it got disconnected. 1 second. There you go.
All right, you're back.
No, I know. I just we're good. We're good.
All right, if you're trying to record, I can drop though. You should.
No, all right. Yeah, well, definitely. Like I said, we're gonna be. Well, we're gonna sign off at noon anyway. So it's up to you if you want to hang on till noon. But I'm definitely gonna record this shortly after. Grind out this video. Grind some Fortnite dubs out. Exactly. Frank says the Patriots didn't do very well with Jacoby Brissett when Brady got hit in the knee. Chiefs won't do well with our drinking buddy Gardner Minshew. Well, Mahomes will probably, like Brian was just saying, it was good timing for the injury possibly. I mean, like obviously you don't want to see him injured, but
if that band was already getting weak, I mean, again, literally the best time that he could tear it, right? They didn't make it. He's got nothing else to play for this season, but he got to play basically all of the games that mattered.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Like,
it's true. I hear you.
Possibly staged.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I don't know. They went to 7 straight AFC Championship games. The mighty have fallen. Andy, I mean the amount of success they've had is it's arguably a better run than the Patriots ever had, in my opinion. I think so. Patriots never went to 7 straight AFC title games. They went to a lot, but not 7 straight.
Yeah, I mean, well, and the story's not over. Like if they stay together,
and the story's
they can beat the Patriots.
The story's not over. Exactly. Wasn't it, by the way? Wasn't it Matt Castle that was the Patriots quarterback when Brady got hit in the knee? That injury happened in Arrowhead as well, I believe. I thought. All right, guys. Thanks for helping us make this. We'll be on here for a few more minutes. Thanks, B-Wall, for calling in. We'll be doing call-ins more, guys. Maybe do the same thing, like 11 o'clock hour. Open it up to call-ins. Gonna have to grind this video out though. We got a lot of good stuff in here. A lot of good suggestions today from everyone. Are we missing any? What about anything else happened over the weekend? B-Wall, doesn't have to be sports related. Anything else you had your eye on? You do any show? You had no snow right there where you're at, right? You didn't have any snow to deal with.
We had snow.
You did? You did? But just
We
not
had about a quarter inch.
A quarter
and
inch?
Then it dropped to like 4 degrees.
I
so
know.
it all froze.
Yeah, last night was freezing. JK says 2 separate errors is what made the Pats special. They fell off and then came back. We'll see what it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, you're right. Like
Tale of two halves.
I mean, Mahomes is 30. He is over 30. I mean, we'll see. Kelsey's probably gonna retire here soon too. I mean, he's still got it though. I mean, he's still pretty good. Put Kelsey
He's
drop.
trying to avoid wedding planning, and I
I thought
might not.
I heard they set the date. I heard they set the date and venue though. Won't the coordinator do all the work? Don't they got a planner
That's a
for
good
that?
point. Yeah, that's true.
They got a whole
Probably just fill out a couple surveys.
they got a whole squad. They got like 10. They probably got a whole team working on it. Put Kelsey drops in the video. What's your question, JK, when you say does he question mark? Oh, the wedding planning? I don't know. Elena says I'm not sure. Yeah, everybody's questioning you, B-Wall. You probably put a lot of work into the Uh-oh. Can you guys hear Punts?
Definitely more than he did.
There you go. There you go. Does Kelsey still got it? I think he does, JK. I do. I think, yeah, the drops are there. But, I mean, he's still... I don't know. I think he's still got it. I mean, maybe is he not the best? Is he the best? We'll take our draft off screen, guys. We'll be recording that as soon as this stream ends. Elena says he's slipping. Look at the stat. Well, definitely punts. Definitely slipping. But
he is at the end of his career. I mean,
yeah.
All things considered, he's still doing pretty well.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like slipping, sure. I mean, it's like twilight maybe, but there might still be some daylight left. We'll see. I'm sure they're not going to want to end. They're not going to want to end the era, like, he's not going to want to end without like that. He'll be back next year. We'll see what happens, but they'll be back. All right, what's the game tonight? It's like Steelers Dolphins. Is that the game tonight?
Dolphins. Yep.
You got any takes on that one? You gonna be watching or nah?
Steelers,
Skip it.
I mean, Steelers definitely gonna win.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like the Dolphins. Anybody else have
the Dolphins are playing they need to win, I think. So there's a sense of urgency, and then I think the Steelers probably also need to win, right?
All right, we're gonna put that in a poll. This will be our last poll of the day, guys. Who's gonna win tonight? Steelers or Dolphins? Dolphins in December. Don't be fooled. JK says. I love that. Dolphins in December.
Wait, where are they playing? Your microphone disconnected.
Me? Now you can. Well, let's see.
Let's see where they're playing. I don't know. It's at Pittsburgh, though.
You can hear me now. B-Wall.
No, definitely Steelers. If it were at home Dolphins in December, maybe they're going north.
Well, let's see. In the chat, we got 4 votes for the Steelers in the chat. B-Wall, is that one of them yours?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, all right, guys. To me, all right, guys. We'll come up with some gentleman's bet. Elena said she voted Steelers. What do I have to do if we lose, guys? If I lose? Because I'm picking the Dolphins tonight.
You have to wear a dolphin
costume.
On stream.
All right. Okay. I have to bleat? What's a bleat? Is that the dolphin sound? Is the bleat? No, that's a sheep, right? What is the sound?
Talking about like the laughing sound.
Yeah, exactly. Your version was better than mine. Punts.
Won't be doing that again.
Dude, he's saying it's clearly time to end the stream, Ponce says.
Yeah,
there you go. There now he's okay. No, he's okay now. All right, B-Wall, thanks for hopping on, man. Appreciate the call in, dude. Always.
Thanks for letting me call in.
Always. Yeah, we'll be doing the call-ins more. Definitely keep it up. Thanks for.
I'll come in next time with a hotter take.
No, there's hot takes. No, bro. No, bro. What are you talking about? You're pushing. I disagree. I thought you full of hot takes and made our script a lot better.
Oh, let's go.
So
Appreciate it.
no, of course.
Happy to contribute.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, man. So we'll be back on live tonight, 7:00. We'll say our goodbyes, everybody. B-Wall said his goodbye. Crazy story, JK. 24-hour stream, Elena says. Not quite. B-Wall did a great job on the stream. Let me get back to... We got... All right, guys. Irish B-Wall said his goodbye. We'll be back on... Ponce is really telling me it's time to end the stream, guys. I'm going to be grinding out that video that we made, or what we started to make. We wrote the script here. If the Dolphins lose 24-hour stream, okay. Deal, but it doesn't have to be tomorrow. And if the Dolphins win, no stream tomorrow, guys. If the Dolphins win, I get to pick a guest host of the stream. Tua short. Okay, that's a good. If the Dolphins win, I got to make a Tua short. Or somebody else has got to make it Tua short. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll be. If they win, I get one PTO day. Deal. Sign me up. I got 0 right now. Sign me up. So thank you, B-Wall, for calling in. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'll be back on tonight at 7. Look for that recap. Thanks for helping me make this dope scripts, going over all the football games. We'll be back on this evening, like I said. Hope everybody has a great day, great start to the week. You guys are the best. Enjoy your day, and we will talk soon, everyone.